back to J&J Connections. My name's Jared. With me is my Endgame surviving buddy,
Jeff.
Hey, we did it, boy.
Oh, yeah,
we survived the Endgame. So, everybody, we got a real special episode planned for you guys. We're doing a new sort of topic. We'll explain later. Should I explain it now?
No, we'll explain it later.
Oh, we'll explain it later?
It's just a great
Perfect. So,
episode. It's a normal episode.
normal episode. Yeah, normal in every way, shape, and form. But here is a spoiler alert. If you have not seen Avengers Endgame, do not listen to this episode unless you really want the movie spoiled for you. If you haven't watched it yet, it's
You
been
know how
out
this
for
works.
like...
You know how this works.
Yeah, so this is your
This is
official
your final warning.
Yeah, the rest of this episode is pretty much about Avengers Endgame.
The end game.
The Endgame. Our Endgame. Last episode.
It's our last episode. And on that note, Jared?
It's time to get connected! Woo!
That was so difficult. I just kept thinking about Kevin's face.
Alright, guys, so we have some special guests with us
That's
today.
right, we gathered the Avengers. So, roll call.
Pablo.
I'm Kevin.
Borja.
Hey, I'm Jared. That's Jeff.
So we have a panel-style discussion for our new segment called...
Spoiler Pull Fan Zone.
Yes, Jared named it.
Good thing we didn't have to say that after the snap.
Spoiler fluff.
So it's gonna work. It's gonna work kind of like fan poll would, where I'm gonna be kind of asking the questions, but now we have people to support Jared in his answers, so I don't have to.
But
cut
should
out
we
all the
do a
dead
little bit of
space.
spoiler zone first before we get to?
Well, yeah. So we're gonna spoil the movie too.
Yeah, okay.
So everybody,
Yeah.
this is not you guys.
Oh.
I'm talking to the people.
Oops.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, my
This
bad.
is
Gosh.
I'm just so
this
happy.
is your serious
He's talking to the connected.
final warning. Endgame is about to be super spoiled for you.
Yes.
Super spoiled.
Like a
spoiled.
superhero.
Like
Yeah.
this is your last chance to turn it off.
Yeah.
Because after this, we're just gonna say Tony Stark died, and then you just and you're spoiled for the whole movie.
If we can be serious for a second, I was really honestly shocked how much Howard the Duck was in this movie. He was
insane.
I forgot Howard the Duck was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
He's in Endgame.
Yeah. Well,
Wait.
Oh, shut up. What?
Yeah, he's an Endgame.
It's in one of the questions. We'll get to it later.
All right.
He's in Endgame.
What?
All of our questions,
Bottles?
our questions were sent in by Amanda S, Josh, Amanda B, Lee. Bora has some questions.
Another
Jared
Bora.
has some questions.
Hey.
CJ sent some in. I have some questions. Pablo does. Kevin does. And my mom sent in some questions. Right? What a sweetheart.
Mama Picard was my favorite episode of Star Trek, I think.
I had to go there. But, yeah, Jared, feel free to spoil the movie now since I did the biggest spoiler in the movie.
Okay, well,
And Black Widow
So
died too.
I'm
There, I got
just
two. I
fucking-
got two of them out there.
Howard the Duck was in the...
We're not
Yeah,
that
no.
question yet!
Okay, but when we get there, you got some splaining to do.
Yeah, right?
It's literally a second explaining.
It
But
really is.
anyway,
But he was in there.
he's in there. We'll get to that in a minute. Spoil the movie first, and then I'll tell you.
So, this is the end game. This is the...
Honestly,
is-
the biggest spoiler is that Captain Marvel got a haircut.
yeah, it
Yo.
was ugly as shit.
Yeah, it was a hard pass for me on that haircut.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to objectify
It's,
anybody here.
it's more like the haircut that she has in the comic books.
It is.
It
Alright,
is.
fair enough.
It is.
Still ugly as fuck. It's
Not what I expected.
still, yeah.
Depends. I liked it.
Also, it was the
would.
only joke that landed for me.
Oh, the haircut.
Really?
one?
That's the only joke?
That was the only thing I laughed at.
No way.
I was very solemn in the movie theater. It was
Very solemn.
It was that and oh god, I can't even remember what the other one was. And nobody else laughed in the movie theater but me on the second one because it was so obscure.
I'm ready for it. When the time comes.
Whenever you figure it
Yeah,
out.
whenever you figure it out, share it.
Cut this
Yeah.
out.
Every time you say cut this out, he leaves it in.
Yeah.
You
Hello, my
can
name
rip a
is-
nasty fart, and I'm like,
Yeah.
cut that out. He's like, no.
No, it's good.
I almost left that one part in.
That would have been bad.
I went with my girlfriend to see it, and she would not shut up. Not like in a bad way, like a honey, stop talking to me. This is the most important cinematic adventure of our lives. It was more like, oh my god, did you see that? Like, yes, sweetheart. I'm
Yes,
sitting
it's a
right next to
40-foot
you.
screen in front of you. Of course I fucking saw it.
If it helps, I was in the movie theater. Guy right in front of me,
No.
big vape cloud over the
way.
entire movie.
Dude.
And the dude behind me talked through the entire thing. So at the beginning of the
Kevin said, "Shut up."
Shutting down the
that was like Jared, you're not gonna believe this.
One of the J's just got shut
Yeah,
down.
right.
I know, sorry, buddy.
It's Jay and Connection.
Anyways, I'll see you guys later.
J and K
Shut the
connection.
fuck back down. Where you going?
Kevin, where are you going?
I'm leaving. I'll
You're
see you
converting. You're putting way too much into this bit. Yeah, that's right. The door's locked. Get the fuck back here. You aren't leaving until the episode's done.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
slave.
you fucking.
Good thing I have the video camera set up, so now
Yeah, that's right.
everyone can see that joke.
Send the police.
But my first time watching it,
You're not gonna let him finish what he was trying to say?
are you done?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Right?
Kind of like Endgame.
No.
Okay. Oh.
Oh.
So you're supposed to be spoiling the movie before I get into my question.
Okay, cool. So,
Spoil.
all right.
I was patiently waiting.
Yeah, I want.
Black Widow's dead. Captain America retires. Falcon's a new Captain America. Tony Stark dies.
Well, Captain America is also like 200 years old. He just doesn't just
Yeah.
retire.
He hella
Yeah,
retired.
he's old as fuck. He goes back in time and lives a good life.
I thought it was kind of implied that he dies.
Thor's fat, and he's my new favorite superhero.
Mine too.
He basically
Representation.
Thor is basically me. He's got a beard. He loves beer. He's fat. He plays video games, and he has lightning coursing through his veins. That's me in a nutshell.
It is you.
Yeah, like, honestly, that's
really
like
is,
you
yeah.
like textbook definition. There's
Because he's
Jared.
been struck by lightning 3 times.
Yeah,
It's
in
okay.
case any of y'all
I think we
haven't
talked
known.
about it once.
Did we talk about it? I can't remember.
Tea time next
Lightning
week.
doesn't strike
Yeah.
4 times, as they
Oh,
say.
I'll be dead if it hits me again. But Captain America wields Mjolnir, which is such a fucking cool moment.
It really
We'll talk
is.
about that
That
later.
is-
That's an
really
hour
is.
show.
Say what?
Oh.
Well, you told me to spoil the fucking
You
movie.
wanted to spoil the movie before. Anyway,
It's called Mjolnir?
so let's go
Mjolnir,
into
yeah.
the
I
think it's
questions. Let's just get into the
Mjolnir.
questions.
Bueller.
Mjolnir.
I
The
thought.
hammer. He wields a
The
hammer.
What?
He
It's
wields
the
Thor's hammer, the OG hammer that Thor stole from the
Let's
past.
just
right.
get into the questions.
Okay.
Yoldi.
First question.
Did you guys notice Howard the Duck in the fight scene?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
He was in this
Yeah,
fight.
second time
So
around I
when
saw
Doctor
Howard the
Strange
Duck.
opens the portals,
Yeah.
when Wasp lands,
Yeah.
he's right to the right of Wasp. He has a-
Really?
yeah, he's
Yeah.
a gun. It's quick. It's quick.
Really?
Yeah.
I just can't wait for him to get his canonical mech suit.
He's getting a TV series.
Is
on
he?
Disney.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, so it's
On Disney
streaming?
Plus?
Yeah.
Disney
gonna be
Plus.
Is he really?
No
Oh
way.
wow.
So he's getting one of those.
I'm really upset that I'm gonna have to get Disney Plus.
I know, they've got
Yeah.
us by the balls. They've got Star Wars and Marvel on there.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
What else do you need?
Yeah,
It
honestly.
was like $6.99 a
Isn't there
month.
going to be...
Huh? Yeah,
It's like
$6.99 a
$60
month.
for
It's like
Disney.
a super good.
Yeah, it's like super.
Disney sponsor us.
Anyway, so
Okay.
Isn't there going to be like a Loki TV show
yeah,
on
there's
there?
a
Yeah.
Loki one too.
So, does he survive?
we're gonna. This is a question later. So
Apparently, we're jumping ahead.
So yeah, so we
jumping
did.
all over the place. I gotta go on my order list. So
We did notice. I
So-
noticed Howard the Duck.
Howard, I
So,
noticed him.
3 out of 5 hosts on the show notice Howard the Duck.
Yeah, I was hella oblivious
No.
to the quackitude.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm actually constantly looking for Howard the Duck.
Ever since Guardians 1.
He's got like a Zodiac killer thing in his garage. Like, where's Howard the
Where's
Duck?
Howard the Duck?
I go to work. Where's Howard? Go home, check all my closets.
Speaking of Howard, when Tony got to meet his dad, that was a very nice scene.
It was a
was
nice
Howard.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know.
Howard Potts and Howard Stark.
What?
I can't
That's what he
believe I
called
just
himself.
met
Yeah,
Yeah, he
did
called
you
himself-
watch the movie, Pablo? That scene was like 20 minutes long.
It
Like,
was
come on.
really
When he
late.
met his dad in the 70s.
Yes.
His dad's name is Howard Stark.
Correct.
And so when
named
Tony
himself Howard
panicked, he
Park.
called himself Howard Potts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You've
And
only,
that
seen
was.
it, you've only seen it once, haven't you?
Huh?
You've only seen it once.
Was I supposed to see it twice?
Yeah, we've all
And you're
seen
the
it.
only one that hasn't
Are you
seen it
serious?
twice here.
Yeah.
So you get the least
Holy
amount of screen time.
crap.
So, the next question, guys, is
So nutritious.
how did Steve
High
get
in
the
iron.
Aether, the Reality Stone, back inside Jane? So it's a hypothetical question, I guess.
Oh,
Wait.
he fi-
How-
So okay, so we
when
should
he goes to
explain.
return all the Infinity Stones back
So
where he
Yes.
got them.
Hold on. Their plan to fix everything is that they do a time heist where they go back in time and grab the stones out of time
Right.
to bring them back to present. So they had to steal it inside Thor 2 when Jane is on Asgard and the Reality Stone's hanging out as the Aether right now.
Right. Can I say
inside her body.
good to see Natalie Portman again?
Right? That was a nice touch
Yeah.
too. And good to see Thor's mom again.
Yeah.
Thor's mom, I found out, has more lines in Endgame alone than she did in both Thor 1 and Thor 2.
Really?
Yeah, both those
know
movies
that.
combined wasn't as
doesn't
much
say
screen
much.
time
Yeah.
as Endgame.
As
She's
Endgame.
dead in
That's
space,
crazy.
so she can't really say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think her presence
Is she
was felt.
truly
It
dead,
was.
though?
No,
Yeah, she's hella
She's
dead.
dead.
She's dead.
She's dead.
She's dead.
Is Hela dead, though?
Ooh.
She's dead.
Ooh, is she dead?
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
dead.
she's dead.
sure?
Why not?
So her power came from Asgard, so Asgard's gone.
Oh, yeah.
How did he get
How
the...
did he get
Taking it back inside. Probably the device that Rocket had. Probably.
Just use it in reverse or whatever.
Well,
Can you imagine this
like-
Captain America show? I'm like, sorry. He's just like stabbing
Yeah,
it
just
back
stabbing
into
back
her.
into
not
her.
only that, we
he's
could,
like,
just
"Alright,
wildly, we could just wildly speculate about this, and he could have just made the entire movie totally mute
Yeah,
by
he
just
just-
handing them the stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just gives it to the collector, like, here you go, safe and sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Very true.
Yeah.
Speaking of collector, where's he been?
He's dead.
Since when?
Thor killed. Thanos killed him.
And Infinity War. Remember when...
Yeah, no, but that wasn't the actual collector. Wasn't
he's
it like
dead.
a?
Yeah, because everyone's dead.
Oh, okay.
He killed everybody.
Benicio del Toro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Love that guy.
All right, so he's dead
But
too.
Howard the Duck was in the movie.
Sure was.
I can't fucking believe it.
not
I'm still, that's
gonna
gonna be
get- yeah.
that's gonna be the title of the episode.
So the next question is,
I
Howard
thought
the
it was-
Duck.
where did the new old
Howard, the
Gamora
original
go?
Avenger.
Okay,
The old new Gamora go?
Old Gamora. We're like speculating about Guardians Volume 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that she'll most likely be on the ship with Thor, and I think that part of the joke will be that she falls in love with Thor instead of Chris. Mark my words.
But at
They
the
were-
end of the movie, they're searching for
Yeah,
her.
they're searching for her.
So
She's
she's
not on the
somehow
ship.
escaped.
She escaped.
She's
So the
somehow
last time you see her
is in
when
the girl power
is
scene.
in the girl power scene. And she runs up and she starts killing some aliens, some Chitauri, and that's the last time you ever see her. Because
Yeah.
I specifically paid attention the second time I saw it to figure out if they
Yeah,
do
she
anything
is
where
part
she
of
goes. But
Maybe she got
Guardians.
dusted away.
That's what I was thinking. Up to that point, she's still with Thanos.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
but so
like
would have Nebula technically.
But the old Nebula was dead.
the Note
Yeah,
Nebula was
that's
dead.
true.
Yeah,
So maybe she's dusted.
Well, no,
maybe
because she fought with
Guardian
them,
3,
so
the search
Tony
for
wouldn't
Gamora.
have snapped her away.
I mean,
but he would have known. Would he have known?
He saw them all.
Did he?
did he?
Yes. He
I don't know. That was a
Maybe
big
when the
battle.
Avengers assembled, maybe he saw it.
Yeah,
along with
when
Howard
the
the Duck.
Avengers assembled, he saw her. She was right there.
No, she was on the ship when the Avengers assembled, wasn't she?
No. That happens after.
No, she was coming out.
She jumps out.
Yeah, she jumps out
During
with
the Avengers Assemble.
with Ant-Man, the
Well,
Hulk, and
they-
Hawkeye.
The director
No.
for Guardians, and they've talked about Guardians 3 being all about Gamora anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's got. They're gonna because it's not regular Gamora.
Yeah.
It's this old Gamora.
It's
Well,
old Gamora. It's
the
Gamora
past.
pre
It's pre-
falling in love with Quill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, pre-Guardians.
Pre-Guardians.
Yeah.
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 Gamora
Which
Prime.
sucks.
Well,
That
it's
was really-
It's
Gamora
Gamora.
Prime.
It's not technically pre-Guardians 1. It's Gamora from Guardians 1, technically before the movie started.
Right.
So-
So it's like the very
Pre-Guardians
beginning. It's
1.
the very beginning of the movie.
Gamora Prime is
Yeah.
dead.
So pre the events of Guardians 1.
Yeah.
So for short term, pre-Guardians 1.
Yeah.
Gamora Prime.
It's honestly so shocking how
Our
one
next
movie can fuck up the
question-
timeline so hard.
Yeah.
honestly.
Well, our next question is, explain how time travel in the movie works,
The quantum.
because someone is still super, super confused about it.
Okay, I could be wrong,
Okay, tackle it.
but all right. So it's kind of like, you guys ever played BioShock Infinite? We don't need to spoil two things in a row. Never mind.
Go ahead, spoil it.
Well, they do like this
It's a
whole
old
like.
ass game.
Wait, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert!
No, you say it after the fact that you spoil it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how we do it.
You never listen to the show.
I think the whole point isn't that like you can like like mess up your actual time like line, but you can create branches of different times.
Yes, so that's what they were
Yeah.
explaining. So when Bruce was explaining it, because they were trying to make it sound like Ant-Man was trying to use Back to the Future logic, which in Back to the Future logic, if you change something in the past, it
It
changes
affects
the
the
future.
future.
Yeah.
Bruce was like, that's not how it works. If you go to the past and change something and come back to your future, your present.
You go to the future and go back to
your
your present.
present is the past then, and you're living. He explained it really weird.
It's like
But
Legend of Zelda.
But then when the ancient one was talking about removing the Infinity Stone, she made it more sense.
Well, she made a visual representation.
When she popped it out,
So-
it branches off to a new reality.
Yeah.
So when you change something in the past, it doesn't change your future because it's still your past. So everything
It
still
changes
happened.
the
It like,
past
just like
future.
creates a new
Yeah, it just
timeline.
creates it branches off into a new timeline. So
Yeah.
that's how time travel worked.
It's like the Legend of Zelda. Like if he dies, you get Majora's Mask, but if he doesn't, you get
You get
Wind Waker. Wait,
Yeah.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video game reference. You get it right.
Sure. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. Legend of Zelda. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Wind Waker, but same thing.
Exactly get what you're
But
saying.
that's how they were trying to do the time travel.
Yeah.
Because it would have been too easy for them if they were like, oh, let's go in the past to take all the Infinity Stones, put them right
Or
now.
like Don Cheadle said, just go back and just fucking.
Oh yeah, kill baby Thanos.
Just
Oh, yeah,
the fucking cords.
That was a whole. That made me laugh.
He's like, I can
Just-
fucked up. He's like, it's a baby. He's like, it's Thanos.
Yeah. They did that in a comic. They tried to do that.
Really? Didn't work.
Cosmic Ghost Rider goes back in time to kill baby Thanos.
There's a cosmic Ghost Rider?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did Thanos look like as a baby?
A little purple thing with a ball section.
Oh, cool.
And
So basically, like now.
but
this-
instead of trying to kill him, he tries to raise him to be like better, but he still turns into a murderer.
So Thanos is destiny. Just like he says he is in the film.
I am.
Is it?
Say what was it?
He's inevitable.
Inevitable. I am inevitable.
I am inevitable.
You weren't gonna get it.
Yeah, that was fixing to be so epic.
I was absolutely not going to get it right.
Oh no!
I am allergic to kale.
But do we all agree on the
Tap
time
water
travel?
being a bad
Yeah,
idea.
that's how it works.
It was really funny though that they called out Back to the Future and then
Yeah.
proceeded
sure.
to rip off Back to the Future.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so the next one is about a Spider-Man Far From Home. So Spider-Man Far From Home takes place right after Endgame.
Yeah.
Does it really?
Yes.
Like 2 weeks or something like that.
it's like immediately.
This is immediately
It's
after.
immediately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So
Not
how are
even-
they...
To the
Now you have a
Peter Parker with
2-week
PTSD.
grievance.
So the question's going to be, how are they on a school trip if it's 5 years since they were in high school? If Ned wasn't taken in the original snap, how is he still young? Because Ned definitely acts like
He acts like he
been
hasn't
gone
seen Peter in 5 years.
in 5 years, but Ned's still the same exact
Well,
age.
just to clarify, it might just be that's how he greets Peter every day, is with a hug.
No, but he was like
I greet Jared with a
crying.
hug every day.
He was crying. But he could have been crying because Tony was dead.
Maybe.
Well, he could have been crying because he knew that his friend was just in a massive fight.
It's true. Like, his friend just risked his life.
But I
to
don't
save
think
the
anybody
universe.
knew the fight was going on because they literally just got back. Because they all just got snapped right back.
I guess-
Unless,
Well,
it
we don't know
it was
that
at the
scene.
Avengers base, and I mean, there was a big ass.
It was on Earth.
but the Avengers base is way up north. It's like,
Well, it's in New York.
but it's secluded in New York. It's in
But
a
it was
secluded
still
place.
Thanos' ship was gigantic.
Yeah, there was a
can
lot of
see
shit
that.
going
Yeah,
on.
you can
Like,
see-
Peter
Yeah.
could see it on the bus from.
And I'm pretty sure
That was in New York
when everybody
City.
when half
And
the
that wasn't
Avengers all
Thanos'
came
ship.
back.
That was
But Ned knew that Peter left to go fight the ship, and
Right,
so
so
he
he
would have
could've been-
known that Peter went through some shit.
right. He could
And
have,
they said that they remembered being dusted, and then they remembered coming back.
Oh, they do remember that?
Peter remembers it.
Yeah, but I think that you could make the assumption that everybody does.
That's true.
We'll probably.
well, he
find
also
out.
has
We'll
fighting
find out.
sense.
Yeah.
He was the only one that
Peter's the
in
only one that
Infinity
knew he
War
was
that
gonna
knew he
go.
was going to, get
Yeah, he
dusted.
could feel it before it was coming.
Yeah.
So that's why he was kind of like, I was like, because he felt himself go away too.
Yeah.
I mean, they all probably did.
I don't feel
But-
well, Mr. Stark.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I don't feel so good.
I don't feel so good.
But yeah, I don't know why.
I
They're,
need a moment.
I don't know why.
For
They're
our
still,
fallen spiders.
Yeah, this will be more effective if it's couple.
I guess they're still in high school.
I'll do with that. That's
They didn't
water.
age.
Who didn't age?
Any of them.
No.
If you
Yeah,
whoever
see,
got
that's-
snapped didn't age.
Why would
yeah.
you? Why
That's
would you?
my question is like, there's been a 5-year time jump.
Well, didn't they say something like that when Hulk snaps him back? He says, "Just remember to bring everybody back how they were, but to now."
But
I guess
yeah.
it's wrong, but
He
isn't it
said
something like that?
He says to keep everything whatever has happened in the past 5 years, keep that the same.
Right.
Just bring everybody back who's gone to this moment.
Right. So then
He's not saying age them 5 years. Just bring them.
Well,
back
yeah, that's what
to
I'm saying.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so since he brings them back, then they're the same age. They
Yeah,
don't-
yeah.
Even 5 years have passed. It's
There's-
5 years hasn't passed for them.
well, see,
Right.
that's the thing. Yeah, it's like Peter. Let's say for example, he's 17.
Yeah.
Let's say he's
Well,
17.
he's 14.
Is he?
I thought he was
15?
15.
I think he's
thought he was
15.
15. He's 15.
15.
Okay, so he's 15.
okay.
The
It's been
coolest
5
15-year-old.
years. So now he's 20, but he's still a 15-year-old body.
No, he's still 15.
It could be.
Because he
Yeah,
was snapped
but-
out of existence.
So here's
Yes,
what he's getting
but
at. Here's what he's getting at.
Time
is
has
that-
moved on for 5 years. So his driver's license, his passport that's in Far From Home, what year was he born?
No.
So you bring that up, and I was reading an article the other day about Far From Home and how they have like these promotional pics or whatever, and there's actually a pic of Peter Parker's passport, and that detail is in there where his his birth date is erased on the passport. He doesn't have an actual birth date. Like the month and day was, I think, the same month and day where the first Spider-Man comic came out or whatever, but it doesn't say the actual year of his birth. So now you bring that up, that might be the reason why.
Yeah.
So because that was my question, is time has continued to move forward without Peter.
Yeah.
Peter is now back 5 years later as a 15-year-old. But since he existed before the snap and now he exists after the snap again.
But I think we have to also remember the only Far From Home trailer we have came out pre-Endgame.
Yeah.
So anything in that trailer is going to be super anti-not Endgame. So they're going to cut, even in the trailers for Endgame, they changed the hammer when the three of them were walking up to
Oh, yeah. To Thanos.
to Thanos.
Yeah.
He has Stormbreaker in his hand, but he actually had the hammer in his hand in the movie.
Yeah.
And Thor was never fat in the trailers, but he's fat in the movie.
Yeah. So they changed
do a lot of, and if you watch Endgame, he's not depressed that Tony's dead. Like, he's probably still really upset if it takes place moments after.
Yeah, see, that was what made me.
How can it take place moments after? Well, I'm sorry you had to go through that. Get on the bus. It's field trip time.
It doesn't mean the field trip happens, but the movie could start.
Like
moments
where
after.
like he's entering school and hugs Ned. Like, it would
Gotcha,
start
gotcha,
from, like,
gotcha.
That could be the
there.
beginning of Far From Home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
but-
it could start at the battlefield.
Or the funeral.
Yeah.
Or the funeral.
Well, because if you remember, the beginning of Homecoming technically starts at Civil War.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because Homecoming takes place right after, like literally right after Civil War.
Yeah.
Even though it
That's
came
true.
out like
So
a
they
year
might do the same
later.
thing for
Yeah.
Far From Home.
But you do bring up a good point about how the timeline is super messed up.
Well, the
because-
timeline is messed up now because it's 5 years later.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
so-
see, that's my sort of concern, and that's my question I'm kind of getting at is 5 years has passed. And like we see in the Spider-Man trailer that everybody from Spider-Man's friend group there is the same. So did they all get dusted? Did like his whole school get dusted? Does like Thanos, like when he did like half the universe, did he did like, okay, in this school district there's 4 schools and only these 2 schools are getting dusted? Like, because everybody is still the same age as they were.
To be honest, that's a loophole that would make sense.
Yeah, like that's the only thing I
okay.
can think of, because Peter would technically be
areas.
20 years old.
Yeah.
Right.
He's still 15, but technically he's 20.
Yeah.
But still a sophomore in high school.
I mean, he doesn't age in the void, so like,
Yeah.
it's basically everything was just on pause for them.
But just for them, the rest of the world kept going.
Yeah,
Everybody else aged.
So
yeah,
the
but-
question is, what happened to the rest of his classmates?
Yeah, what happened to the rest of his classmates, and what does it mean now that they're all 20
God, imagine if you went to school with a kid who only referenced 5-year-old memes. Like,
Can we go to the next question, Jeff?
So in Far From Home, they're talking about how whoever didn't get dusted probably did age up. So there might be new students with him who have aged into his class.
Oh.
But his classmates obviously all had to have been dusted because like MJ's the same age. And then are there any other friends? Do you have any other friends?
Well, Ned.
Ned.
Well, Ned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Netty boy.
Ned.
this is actually
But-
how they're going to introduce Gwen Stacy into the...
Oh yeah, she was dead.
She was a middle schooler. Now she's suddenly Peter's
High
age.
schooler.
Oh, yeah. She's like, hey, I used to suck my thumb before you died.
But
So
that's what they're saying.
I loved Spider-Man: Homecoming, and I
Did
can't
not.
wait for this new movie.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't like the standalone Spider-Man, the Homecoming, but I loved him in Civil War, and I loved him in Avengers and Endgame. But I didn't like his standalone. But I'm looking forward to Homecoming now.
Yeah,
Well, because now he's partnering. Far From Home.
Thanks.
Far From Home.
Far From
Well, now
Home,
he's partnering up with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah,
The dynamic
Kill it.
duo. It's gonna be great. I like the new suit that they have for Far From Home, at least from the trailers. The black and red suit. It looks really
Black and red.
Yeah, it does look nice.
Yeah, the new suit.
Oh, maybe I haven't.
need
I've
to
seen the
watch
trailer, right?
In the trailer, he leaves the suit at home because Europe doesn't need a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh,
and then
that's right.
sure as shit, Nick Fury shows up and they need a friendly
I
neighborhood
was like, yo, hey,
Hey,
this is your neighborhood now.
You got a suit, right? No? Alright, here, take this one.
Which, when you think about it, Nick Fury shows up in that trailer, so some serious stuff is going to happen Far From Home.
Yeah.
'Cause Nick
He
Fury.
could be the new Tony Stark for him.
Nick Fury.
I would like to
Maybe.
propose a theory
Okay.
for the next coming 10 years of Marvel.
Okay.
Ooh.
I would like to think that at the end of this next decade of movies, that there will be a new Avengers that has Ant-Man's kid and Hawkeye's kid and Tony's kid. And I would like to think that Iron Man 4 is like a remake almost of Spider-Man Homecoming, where Spider-Man is the Tony Stark figure in what's
kind
her
of
name's
cool
life.
for Morgan.
Morgan's life.
Except he's
That'd
not
be
a
cool.
billionaire.
Yeah, well, he might be by that
Morgan's a
10 years.
billionaire.
I mean, how many millions have you made in the last 10 years?
0.
Yeah, me too.
This got depressing. All of a sudden.
All right, next question.
Next
Jeff.
question.
Next question, Jeff.
When Cap puts the Soul Stone back, wouldn't that have technically brought back Black Widow?
No.
Why?
Because
No.
they say in the movie it can't be undone.
But it's a soul for a soul, so technically you're putting it. But no one ever puts back the Soul Stone. You got to put it. You get a soul back.
Well, it's like, think about it. If you go to Dunkin' Donuts and you get a donut and you eat it, you're like, took a bite out of it. I got what I wanted out of this donut, the flavor of the donut. All right, you can have it back. I'll take my money back. It's the same thing with the Soul Stone. Hey, I use the Soul Stone for what I want. Here you go. Give me my friend back.
He's right. They probably won't give you back the same dollar or the same soul.
Yeah, bro. No givesies backsies.
That's how the Red Skull
No
enters back into the
refunds,
canon.
He's just like a cashier at Dunkin' Donuts.
They go back to Vormir and he's got like a visor.
God, I actually would have loved to see Captain America go there and see the Red Skull.
Right? I was thinking that too. Because he hasn't seen him since 1940 something.
True.
1945.
1945.
I mean, him going back and putting back the stones might be a movie all in of itself. Who knows? Maybe they'll go that way.
I mean,
Maybe it's a TV
Chris
show.
Evans'
Maybe it's a
contract
TV
says
show.
otherwise, but that
Well,
would
no.
be a very
Remember,
Well, let's be
Chris
real,
Evans,
though, like-
they said so. He's done in the movies, but he's doing a show.
Is he really?
Yeah, he'll be in a Marvel show.
Yeah,
Maybe it will be
Maybe
him
they-
putting back
maybe.
the stones. That would be a really cool
that'd
show.
be really cool.
And then it like ends with him getting his happy ever after and
Yeah,
living with Agent Carter.
I'm down for a one-off season.
Man, that'd be cool. Yeah, it doesn't need to be like a continuous series, just like a one-off, one and
Yeah,
done.
8-10 episode thing.
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
Or one episode for each stone.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Right.
just
6
a
episodes,
miniseries.
and yeah, a little
and then
miniseries.
like, and then like the 8th episode could be like his life leading up to when
Yeah.
he gets back to Shield.
Yeah, what?
Like
Love
because
it.
that's a question that I had too. Is like
Marvel, call us.
What's the 7th episode?
the 7th episode.
Oh yeah, we jumped from
Oh
6
fuck!
to 8.
Yeah, shit. My bad. The 7th episode is him, but he said 8 right away, so I just thought of that. But that was a question I had. Is like with Old Man Rogers there at the end, like where has he been this whole time? Has he just been like chilling on the sidelines, like just knowing his younger self's taking care of
I
it?
do wonder what ramifications
guess
that had on the timeline.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, like
He
did
can't
he
change-
create a timeline where he's not dead?
Yeah, or not in the ice, or is
Yeah.
he
He's
always?
technically in the ice still, so he's in 2 places.
So
at
that
one
means
time.
that there was 2 Steve Rogers. This like for all the movies.
Oh yeah,
Except for the first Avenger.
yeah. That would mean that
No.
there's a Captain America in ice, but then
And then there's the old guy.
Technically, now
Right.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
about it, it doesn't make sense with the time travel theory of the movie. Because
Yes.
if he goes back in time and puts himself back in time, it should be a new timeline. It shouldn't be the same timeline.
Yeah, exactly.
So he
and
shouldn't technically show up at the end, unless
It was predestined to always happen.
yeah, he
Captain America.
he is
Yeah.
inevitable.
unless he
America's ass is inevitable. Let me tell
he'd
you.
have to jump himself there somehow, but
So
it still wouldn't work.
I like to think that could be the 8th episode. That could be Old Man Rogers living through all the events of like all the past movies. Like just like an old man watering his garden, he sees like Falcon fly by, or like in Age of Ultron when they're like in the motorcycle chase. He's like one of the cars. He's like, oh shit.
Oh, straight up, I forgot Age of Ultron was an Avengers movie.
I want to see a re-edit of all the movies with him in the background just doing
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Just like just doing mundane
He's the
shit.
new Stan Lee cameos. It's just Old Man Rogers.
Oh my god.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd
Did
be
you
killer.
guys see the poll people are starting to try and have Deadpool be the new cameo character? Since now Disney owns the rights to Fox and they own Deadpool again.
Oh.
Like he'll basically take up the mantle as the oh shit,
The
there's
cameo
Deadpool.
guy.
Yeah, the cameo guy.
That'd be
like
kinda
how
funny.
perfect would that be?
Heck yeah. Deadpool has the greatest cameos, I think, in the Marvel Universe. With the, not just the Stan Lee ones, but in Deadpool 2, when he opens up, it's like, there's no X-Men characters in here, where are they all at? He opens up that door and they're all just like,
They're all like
they're
hiding.
uh-oh. That's good.
I would like to say though, my favorite cameo in every Marvel movie is always whenever I see Howard the Duck. Just bringing
Bringing it back.
Constantly
Bringing it back.
looking for Howard the Duck.
Always there. You know, he's shown up in actually 15 Marvel movies. That's more than any any other character has.
I think that he might just be pretending to be a regular duck.
It's just a duck in the pond.
Suspend our disbelief for a
There he
moment.
is.
Howard!
It's Howard.
I see him!
I see Howard.
I'm so sad that Tony Stark never got to meet Howard. Can you just imagine? So what's your name?
Maybe they met on the battlefield.
I doubt
We
it.
didn't see that scene.
Well, that better be in the director's
I
cut,
want
fucking
the
pilot.
scene.
Yeah, he's like, so what's your name, Duck? Howard.
That's my
Who is
father's
this?
name.
It's like the Martha of the Marvel
yes.
Universe.
That's my father's name.
Did we just become best friends?
He just kisses Howard right on his bill. Like Who Framed Roger Rabbit cartoon version. It's like,
Or he gets pissed off. He's like, "Why'd you say that name?
Yeah, why'd you
say that name?"
oh, dude. When we were watching the movie, I'm jumping around to the movie here, but my girl, literally, when Pepper Potts and Tony Stark like started fighting together,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, she was like, this is amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, we could do that if we were superheroes.
See, when everybody was coming back through the boom chutes or the boom holes, whatever the fuck they call them in Doctor Strange, Aaron grabbed my arm. Boom chutes.
Boom shoot.
What are they called?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never heard them called
It's
anything.
boom shoots now.
I hope it's boom
So
shoots.
when they come through the boom, Jeff, Google this while I'm talking. So when they come back through the boom shoots, Aaron grabbed my arm and was fucking breaking my arm because when Black Panther showed up, she's like, I know who's coming, because Aaron is such a huge fan of Doctor Strange and Spider-Man.
Okay.
Those are her two, and Loki. Those are
Doctor
her
Strange
three-
is freaking lit, dude.
Yeah, those are her
Yeah, he is.
three favorite characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Mm-hmm.
So when all the boom shoots start opening up and she sees Black Panther, she's like, I know who's coming. And then the portal opens up from Titan
Yeah.
when the Guardians show up, Doctor Strange, and then Spider-Man comes swinging.
Mm-hmm.
She about snapped my fucking pinky off. I was in pain this morning. I'm like, the hell? Oh, right, the movie.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I'm like Tony Stark's left hand here. Like,
This is like starting to...
yeah, I'm gonna have to
Dude.
wear a cast soon.
My favorite moment in the whole movie was Scarlet Witch, like, confronting Thanos.
Oh, that was a good.
Bro,
That was a good
she
scene.
literally, like, made Thanos panic.
Yeah.
And, like, oh my god.
Yeah,
mean,
when
she
he's like,
probably would.
Hail Mary, just
Yeah.
fire it down.
Like, bro, that line, so freaking well delivered, too. It's like, I don't know you. Oh, you will.
Yeah, right.
Like, oh
Yeah,
my
she's
god.
like, you took everything. And he's like, I don't even know you. Calm the fuck down.
Bro.
I mean, if he wouldn't have called for those missiles, that might have been the end of Thanos right there.
Yeah.
She had the upper hand.
Oh, yeah.
She was like stretching him
Yeah,
out,
she
like
really
his
was.
armor snapping off.
She's gonna mess him up. So
You heard boom shoot. I know
I
what
don't
it's
call
called.
it anything.
They aren't called anything? Well, canonically, they're boom shoots.
They're boom
You're
shoots
welcome,
now.
Marvel.
Boom shoots. What the, when you said that, I was like, in the hell is that? It's like a poop shoot.
I don't know where I came up with boom,
Boom
shoot.
shoot.
I thought he was joking.
No. I swear, I've heard boom shoot before.
it's great though. Boom shoot. I like
Boom
it.
shoot,
Shout
yeah.
out the boom shoot.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm down. I'm down
No,
with
they
it.
just call them
I would like to.
They just call them what?
Sling ring.
Oh shit, that's what it was, a sling ring.
Well, that's what the device is called.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a sling ring creates a boom shoot.
It's a boom shoot to send Spider-Man into battle. What the fuck you doing?
opening up a portal. For those who couldn't
But-
see, I opened up a portal in front of us.
We opened up a boom shoot.
Hopefully to somewhere with
But no, that was a very good scene with Scarlet Witch. Well, see that leads me into the to the girl power scene because I want to talk about that. Like, it's a cool scene, like all the female heroes ganging up.
The question is, what is your
Oh.
favorite female character and why?
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
this goes into it perfectly. My favorite female
yeah.
character.
Well,
Straight
continue
up.
what you were gonna say with
Okay,
your.
so at this point, that's when Captain Marvel has the Infinity Gauntlet, and they have to get it to the ugly brown van. And so there's like a huge army, and Peter's like, "You aren't gonna make it!" And like he didn't just see fucking Captain Marvel take down a whole ship
Yeah.
by herself. And then they're like, "Don't worry, she's not alone." And all the girls show up.
She could be alone.
See, Gamora kills one enemy. Nebula kills one enemy. Valkyrie, she kills the big thing. Scarlet Witch did probably the most. She shows up and just throws a nuke. She throws like a grenade right into the gaggle there, and then she kills one of the big dinosaur things. And then like the the chicks from Black Panther, they just kill like one or two things, and then Captain Marvel just blows through the whole army.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Like,
didn't need
no-
She
help.
could absolutely do it
She did
alone.
not need help. Yeah, yeah.
Nullifying literally the entire scene we just watched.
Yeah.
Was it cool? Yes. Like, I understand why they did it, but at the same time, I don't.
Listen,
They wanted to show
No,
off
I
all
understand
the,
why
they,
did
they
it.
just, I understand why they did it,
And
because
the
they
reason
had
that,
to.
yeah, the reason that they did it is, there's no reason not to do it when that's the reason that you did it. It's pandering.
Yeah.
But it works.
It was absolute pandering, and I hate that it was, because that would have been a cool scene if all
Yeah.
the chicks actually came out and kicked ass.
Yeah.
But they
Well, if
didn't.
like, work together, but they, like I said, it's like 4 of them got killed, and then Captain Marvel's like, thanks.
Yeah, Captain Marvel absolutely does not need anybody. And the fact that she didn't kill Thanos is just kind of BS to me.
I like that. See, that's my thing with Captain Marvel, and she's not my favorite female superhero.
Same.
My favorite would either be Black Widow or Scarlet Witch.
Mine is absolutely Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, like after watching Infinity War, and after watching Endgame, Scarlet Witch is definitely high up there. Like, I didn't like her in Age of Ultron. I don't think
that
any.
stupid ass accent.
I don't think anybody liked her in Age of Ultron.
She had an accent in Age of Ultron?
Yeah, she had a really
Accent-
bad
that
accent.
Slowly
It was
goes away
very
from
bad.
the movies.
Good for her.
It was very bad.
Was it supposed to be Russian? I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
They were trying to do those Russian accents.
Yeah, it was not
Even
good.
Quicksilver's was terrible.
Good thing they got rid of him.
Alright.
Dude, I forgot Quicksilver was even in the movie.
He got murdered real fast.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you sure did.
Yeah, he
See
did.
that coming.
It wasn't fast enough.
But so Captain Marvel, I really don't like that much. In her solo film, I like her film. It basically is just there to retcon her into
Infinity War.
into the universe. And like, I didn't like her that much in her solo film, but I liked her in Endgame, like interacting with the rest of the cast, because she didn't overstay her welcome. This movie was ending the Avengers saga.
Yeah, it wasn't about her.
Yeah.
Exactly, it wasn't about her. She only showed up when she was needed.
Yeah.
And then she'd peace out. Because she made it, there's a lot of planets in the galaxy that don't have you guys. And that's what she's there for. So I really like that she wasn't there, because that's what she should be doing, is saving other planets.
Yeah, I get behind that.
So whenever she did show up, it was like, okay, like you could almost like time it, like they fucking need Captain Marvel right now.
Yeah.
And then she would show up.
Just shut up, yeah.
And it was like she was in it just enough, and she played a good role. And when she got fucking bopped by the Power Stone and sent like flying through the atmosphere,
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
that was so fucking great. And good on Thanos.
Yeah.
Like, good on Thanos for thinking of that. Like this, like he was like when he punched her and she didn't flinch, he's like, oh fuck, and then she's got him by one hand. He's like, oh.
I got one
Yeah.
of these.
Yeah, like that was just taking one of the stones off and using it instead of using, because you don't have to use them as a unit.
Yeah.
They're powerful on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that like Thanos is like the only one that thought of this in these last 2 movies,
Yeah.
like it shows just how great of a villain he is.
Yeah, he's a great villain. Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Now that we're talking about the villain,
Yeah.
his demise left something to be desired to me.
You think so?
Yeah, I would have rathered him to be beaten like senseless without
It was a full circle death.
Yeah,
I guess.
I liked
It
it.
came
I
full
love the
circle.
way it was.
I don't think it was enough revenge.
Well, here's the thing: they killed him twice in the same movie.
That's
First,
true.
they chopped off his head.
True.
So kind of
Pulled right
like,
for the head.
Which was also kind of unceremonious.
I kind of wish he stayed dead after that. I wish he hadn't come back. I thought that was an amazing way to end off his and really subvert the expectation
He was just
of
trying
the
to
movie.
make breakfast, and some asshole
trying
barged into his
to
house.
cook papayas. too,
Papayas, yeah, whatever
Yeah.
it was.
With his gimp arm and his gimp leg.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, think about the visceral reaction everyone had to Thanos literally snapping away all of our beloved characters. Like, that quick chop was like good. Like that's essentially what I want, but it was kind of quick. Like,
Well,
I
see,
feel-
that's.
Well,
I
they
think
beat
that's
him a
what-
little bit beforehand.
Yeah, I mean they
beat him a lot.
chop off his arm.
Yeah.
Like somebody punches him in the face.
Wasn't
Like Hulk, I
It was
think.
Banner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hulk punches him
Yeah.
in the mouth. Yeah, because he's like, you killed millions! Boom!
yeah. I literally just
That's
wanted
gonna
him
be
to be
on
like
the next
gasping for breath and then snapped away.
Well, see, it's
You
like...
killed trillions.
He got to rest. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he
Like,
did say trillions.
He says trillions.
Trillions.
My bad, excuse me.
It's not the universe. It's not going to be a
Get your-
it's not
get
going to
your
be a couple
math
Not
million.
half of the U.S. I'm sorry, I'm just so selfish that way.
Fuck the Americans.
Just America.
Fuck you guys.
this country in particular.
But no, I do agree with you, Borja, that I really like Thanos's demise at the end. Because it's like Jeff said, it comes full circle. You know, this all started with him wanting to wipe out half the universe with a snap of his fingers, and then in the end of it, I am Iron Man.
Yeah.
There you go, and everything that you've spent so long building up. It's like that's when Thanos realized he's not inevitable. He's not this god titan that he wanted to be.
I guess, like, okay, in Infinity War, I feel like he truly believed in his cause. Like, he's like, I actually do want to fix people. But by the end of Endgame, he was just a straight up villain.
Well,
because remember, he was just like, yeah, I'm going to do this for the greater good and I'm going to make it better.
Here's
But
the
also,
difference.
I hate you.
Here's the difference. When you see, and this is what we were talking about beforehand, the difference between the two Thanos as you see in the movies is the Infinity War one is the one who's gone through his plan, he's executing his plan, he's thought through his plan. The Endgame one is 2014 Thanos. He hasn't even started collecting the stones. He just found the Power Stone.
Well, yeah, he didn't even have the gauntlet yet.
Yeah, he didn't even have a gauntlet. So all of a sudden he's like, oh, well, they're all right there. I'll just do it. He has no connection to these characters. He hasn't been going about them just
Yeah,
yet.
the only thing he did was the attack on New York.
He knew who they were because he did the attack on New York.
Right.
And that fucked him up a little bit. That's why he's probably so pissed off at them at the time.
Yeah, because
So it's a younger, more irrational.
I mean, you gotta
Thanos.
figure, like, that Thanos is from 9 years in the past.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
So
Yeah,
it's the
almost a decade of growing. Like, just think about how much you've grown in a decade.
Yeah, good point.
and they did a lot of character development of Thanos in Infinity War also.
That's true.
So they were able to develop him a little bit more through. This one's kind of just like, oh, I'm just gonna show up. They'll come to me. And that's why he just kind of sat there.
Yeah, well, see, that's what I liked about him. He's such an arrogant fucking prick.
And
He's like, I'm inevitable. He's like, fuck you. I'm gonna get my gauntlet and snap you away.
Which is great because when Nebula goes back and does a little switch and it's the the bad Nebula or whatever. She goes and she tells Thanos when he arrives like they weren't expecting anything, and he says something like, "The arrogant never do," and then at the end that was his demise,
Yeah.
like him being too arrogant and gets snapped away.
Yeah.
Screw
Good
you,
one.
Thanos, if you're listening from your dusty grave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh Brolin.
I was just about to call him out.
From your dusty grave, you Thanos.
Anyways,
What was the question though?
Yeah.
Favorite
was-
female what? Favorite
Female
Oh, yeah,
character.
all right, so-
You're doing a terrible job at
Yeah.
answering these questions.
Welcome
because
to
I keep trying to ask
J&J.
one, you guys just keep going. So yes,
Female.
I love
so
panels.
Borja, who is your favorite female character?
Mine is Black Widow.
Okay, Jared.
Wait, hang on. Sorry, I should have asked.
fucking
Like,
Well, what's
like,
a why?
like just in Endgame or like in the entire?
It doesn't.
MCU.
It says who's your favorite female.
Well, I'm gonna say entire MCU, and I'm gonna say Black Widow, just because I've always felt it takes a big pair of cojones when you don't have like the superpowers that all the other ones have. She doesn't even have like all the technology that Tony Stark has or
Or a
Black
full
Panther
movie to back her
has,
up.
or
yet.
yeah, for real. No, so it's like and you're by choice deciding to join the Avengers and fight. Like hats
her
off.
death was so tone deaf. It was like this weirdly comical scene of them fighting to see who's gonna die.
And see,
And it was the two
I don't think it
characters
was
that no
comical
one.
at all.
No,
I
I,
mean,
don't
it
think
was-
so either. I think
I
it's
don't think
pretty
it was
tragic.
My entire theater was laughing. That entire scene
Well,
of
you
like
have a
Well, they
fucked
were
up-
the
idiots.
explosion and like
they were all getting
Hawkeye
high
goes
from the
flying.
dude's vape clouds.
Yeah, probably. That's
You
what
had
it
a weird
was.
theater. I don't think our theater was dead quiet.
Yeah,
we
it
had people
was.
crying before anyone even died.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like that girl that was dressed up as Loki.
Oh, she was
Poor girl. So by the end of the movie, she's like,
No tears left.
So
Yeah,
Jared,
right.
who's your
Yes,
favorite female character?
sorry, that snort really hurt my throat. I mean, it's like I said earlier, I really like Black Widow, but because we've had so much more time with her, and it's like Borja said, it takes a lot to be an Avenger with no powers. Same could be said for Hawkeye.
Yeah.
It takes a lot for them to be.
You would make it about males when we're talking about females.
I fucking hate you.
Misogynist.
But over
believe
the
we lost
movies, say what? Over the movies, and like in the most recent two, I've really grown to like Scarlet Witch more. So I think for Infinity War and Endgame, it would be Scarlet Witch, but throughout like the rest of it would be Black Widow.
Okay.
Pepper Potts is Iron Maiden.
Oh, that was what I was
Ah,
God, I had to quickly look up to make sure I had her name right as Iron Maiden.
She was-
Was it Iron Maiden or was it? Didn't you have a different name?
Rescue, I thought
Rescue,
it was.
yeah, I
Is
thought
her
it
name
was
in the
Rescue.
comics?
Yeah,
Yeah, Rescue.
Anyways,
Pepper
that
Potts,
scene.
Pepper
Although
Potts.
Iron Maiden would be
Iron
pretty
Maiden's a lot
badass.
cooler than Rescue.
Yeah.
It's like Boom Shoot.
Iron Man, that was honestly a legit scene. That was really cool. I haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp, so I don't know anything about Wasp.
She's also pretty good. I can also get away with Wasp.
I don't know anything about her. I'd say Scarlet Witch, but you guys brought up a really good point about Black Widow being an Avenger without powers. So,
Can't do Cap.
can't do Cap.
Yeah, mine's Pepper.
Pepper.
She's so strong throughout all the movies too, and she has to deal with Tony.
I mean, she's super
all the
strong,
fucking-
and
Yeah.
at the end of Iron Man 3.
Yeah, especially with Extremis and
And
all
super
that.
strong at the end of
She goes through a
Endgame.
lot of shit.
She
throughout-
does.
Even though she's not a main character,
It was
she
always,
is
yeah.
kind of a main character, but she has a lot of character development throughout all the movies.
In that case, runner-up, Pepper Potts, for me.
I mean, it's a good pick. The thing is, she was an Avenger all the 5 minutes, though. So I don't know if.
Is she
We
gonna be
just
your
say
favorite
character.
It's
Avenger?
a favorite character, not favorite female Avenger.
Oh,
Oh,
in that case, Stan Lee. Done.
Favorite female.
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 You misogynistic
Female.
pig. Fuck you.
In that case, whatever girl is around Stan Lee. I'm just kidding.
The girl that's in the car with him.
Yeah, exactly. That one. Best Avengers character. Underrated, in my opinion.
All right, so the next question is, why did they pick such tough times to get the stones when there were easier times to get them?
And they explained
well,
it in the movie.
they did. Well, 3 stones were in New York at the same time, and they didn't have enough pin particle at the moment before they started doing the mission. They explained they only had so much of the pin particle to
They had enough to
travel.
make a round trip.
Right.
For each of them.
Right, so it would be easier to just go to one area or one time where they had all 3 stones.
Right.
Yeah,
No.
so
And
yeah.
it's like, it could have been argued that maybe they could have went to get the reality stone. That's the red one, right? Mm-hmm. To get the ether, they could have went where Nebula, War Machine, Hawkeye, and Black Widow all go to, because at that point it's with the Collector.
What's that?
Yes, it is. Because that takes Guardians 1 takes place after Thor 2. At the end of Thor 2, they give it to the Collector.
Okay. Yeah.
So they could have, theoretically,
Reality
they
Stones
could
are-
have been 2 teams. One team goes to 2013 during Avengers. The other team goes to 2014 during Guardians of the Galaxy.
But
'Cause it
at the
wouldn't be a
same
good movie.
time,
Let's-
honestly, they should have gotten the Tesseract when Thor and Rocket went to Asgard because it was there, and that would have been the easiest time to get it because it was just sitting in the vault.
That's true. It was just sitting there.
It was just chilling. Loki
that's
just
true.
Loki just went, just took it. So they were technically 2 Infinity Stones at that time too.
That is true.
Oh, yeah. Well, that wouldn't have been a fun movie.
It would have been really easy. Oh, let's go to the times where no one's guarding any of these stones.
Yeah, right.
Hey guys, we need to borrow these. Come right back.
They could have also just went to the creation of the universe and grabbed all of them out of. I mean,
Out of space.
That's true. They're all
they're
just sitting
all in the
right
same
there.
place.
Good point.
That's the one time they're all together.
Yeah. Hey,
Because
guys.
the movie wouldn't have been interesting.
That's
Yeah,
true.
well,
it,
yeah.
it would have been an hour and a half movie at that point.
The movie, at the way it sits, is a loving homage to the last 10 years of Marvel, and I wouldn't
That's
have had
true.
it any
Oh,
other
yeah,
way.
no, it was
Yeah.
great going back to
Amen,
those scenes
Kevin.
and like seeing a different side of like Avengers, like
See,
after they
I
captured
like that,
Loki.
seeing a different side of all of those movies.
Yeah.
It made me want to watch Agent Carter. Because I really like...
Words no one's ever said.
Yeah. I don't know.
One season.
Yeah. Oh, is it only 1 season long?
I think it only got 1 season. It
Yikes.
might have gotten 2, but
I think it was longer than that. I don't know.
I like
might-
that.
It
Came out,
might have gotten
nobody
2.
talked about it. I had friends when that was coming out that talked about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. every day.
Yeah.
And like Agent Carter came out and nobody talked about it, so I was like, I wonder if it's good.
Dang. Well, if it's on Disney Plus, I'll check it out.
It
Yeah, there
probably
we
will
go. It probably will be.
Yeah.
be. So
Plus.
the next question:
Get a
do you
tattoo.
think Loki is gone from our version of the MCU's, like present MCU?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yep.
And do you think the Loki series on Disney Plus will be a prequel?
So what I think the Loki series on Disney Plus will be, I think it'll be the Loki that took the Tesseract,
Yep, me
and
too.
how his life differs in this new timeline where
Yeah.
he gets the Tesseract. Or
Yep.
I think that's exactly what
That'd be
it's
fun.
gonna
It's
be.
like a fun what if scenario. They do it in
Exactly.
comics all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be a what if series.
I
Yeah,
like the
it's-
idea that he figures out that he dies to Thanos and is like the entire series is him plotting to get out of it. And like him preparing as the trickster god, no good prank is ever done spur of the moment.
'Cause-
It takes planning.
Because technically that would create a problem in our present timeline if that Loki, who was in our present timeline, popped himself out with the Space Stone. he wouldn't have been technically in any of the other movies. So that's another problem.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah.
Or like, what if he had like done something to travel back with them?
Well, I
His
guess,
current-
but no, I guess it doesn't create a problem because technically our past is already the past, so it's
Exactly.
already settled.
Exactly. So the Loki from
They tried to make it so that there would be no loopholes in their time travel.
Yeah, they did a good job. You know?
They did a fairly good job. There
I
are
just
some
want that girl
loopholes.
dressed as Loki to stop crying. She's still crying somewhere.
She is.
We'll tell you the
crying.
whole story about her. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit.
We'll get to that. We'll get
I
to
want a tea time about
I'm not allowed to tell my Loki crying story.
Tea break. Take a tea break. Talk about Loki girl. Or keep going with questions.
Yeah, tell her. Tell him, Borja.
All right. So Borja, it's
Tea
time
break.
for our tea, my boy.
Awesome.
Look at that.
Tea time
Welcome to
with
tea
Borja
time
and
with
Jared.
Borja and Jared.
I love
Nice.
This is nice. Okay, so
Especially this, like a quick parentheses, when I saw Endgame the first time, I literally did not drink water all day because I did not want to have to go
yeah,
to the
I
bathroom.
didn't eat. I didn't drink.
So
We had one meal.
So
That's
at
right.
hour
Yeah.
We went
2,
to
the Chinese restaurant. No, where do we go?
not the Cracker Barrel, the other one.
Uh,
Not Cracker Barrel. I kept calling it Cracker Barrel.
Golden Corral.
Golden Corral.
Golden Corral. That's right. Yeah, we went to Golden Corral, which I like Golden Corral.
we're not talking about Golden Corral.
Shut the fuck
Wait,
up.
we're in
This
tea
is
time.
tea.
Tea time talks
Tea
about
time.
anything.
Yeah. Just enjoy
It's
your
part of the
comforts.
day. It's part of our day.
Yeah, it was part of our day
You
before
weren't
you showed up. This is
yeah.
our shared universe.
We
Fuck
invited
two.
you.
didn't care
So
if I
you
got to
guys
that.
went to eat, and I was privately
you were-
dehydrated
yeah.
somewhere.
We
so waiting to
invited
see
you,
that-
and you said you'd come later.
That's true. We did.
You did?
We invited you to Infinity War. We went right before Infinity War.
I wasn't invited.
Borja,
I
we've
always
lived in the
go
same
first.
city for 2 years now, and I've never hung out.
True.
Anyway, tea time.
So, yeah. So we get there.
We get there.
To the movie theater. I'm excited to see Borja. I didn't know Borja was coming, and then when he was there, I was like, "Oh my fucking god, this is the best thing ever."
He knew Borja.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I knew like before. I knew like that morning, but like leading up to that day, I was
He knew
like,
the day before.
I didn't know the day before.
You did.
I mean, hanging with me is an event.
Exactly.
It is
exactly.
exciting.
Exactly. I'm
Just
sorry.
ask
Who's
Pablo.
this?
It's been 2 years and we're neighbors.
But when we get there, there's this girl dressed up as Loki in like a Loki sort of like unitard thing. She's got the cape, and then here's
She
the
had the
kicker.
helmet too.
She
Yeah,
had
she
the
did.
horns, but it was Mickey
it was
ears.
Mickey ear
It
horns.
was Mickey ear Loki horns.
Yeah.
I know. That's the face I made too. So we walk in.
We said something.
Yeah, Borja just goes, Loki's dead.
Oh, that's right. I did say that. I did say that.
He's like, get over it. He's dead.
Get over it,
And when
he's
she
dead.
walked by, she's like, I have no shame.
Yeah, yeah.
She said that.
You
Yeah.
should.
She said that.
She
Yeah,
said, I
yeah.
have no shame. And we're like, well, you're fucking going to when your character's still dead at the
That's
end of this
right.
movie.
Yeah,
He's
right.
not
And
coming
so
back.
we get in, and we get, so Jeff got us fantastic seats. Thank you, Jeff.
thank you,
Bravo. Round of applause for Jeff.
Oh my
So-
god, poor soul.
Huh?
I'm like that poor soul.
I was getting to that. Shut the fuck up. So we get there. We're in the back row, like, and it's a small theater. It was like 20, 30 people max in that theater.
Yeah.
It was super tiny. I loved it. So we're in row E, and we're seats 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then there's a guy sitting in E6. So we take our seats in E's 1 through 5. And then this woman comes up in a Captain America shirt, and she's looking at her ticket, and she looks at the row, and she counts the seats, and there's like numbers next to our heads, and she goes up to the guy in E6, and she's like, "You're in my seat," and he's like, "No, I'm not." She's like, "Yes, you are." She's like, "Look, E 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a ticket for E6. That is my seat." He's like, "My ticket says A6." She's like, "Yeah, A6 is down there." A6 was the front row.
Yeah, she was angry.
Yeah, she was pissed. And then this guy got pissed because he thought he had the back row.
Oh no!
He had the
All the way
front
in the
row
front.
dead center of the
Oh
screen.
no!
And so he gets up and we're trying not to laugh. Like Bora and I are like, oh shit. The woman, what made it worse is the woman starts talking to us.
No.
The woman's like, oh, she's like, I don't mean to be like that, but
Yes,
this
she
is
does.
Endgame.
Yeah.
This is Endgame. I bought my ticket. She's like, you're in the front row. And we're like trying to be nice. We're like, the front row is not bad, not that bad. She's like, no, it's
Yeah,
horrible.
it's horrible. Yeah.
She's like, it's the worst.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, fuck, okay. But then here's the kicker. Our story comes full circle too. Because guess who comes fucking walking in and sitting next to Captain America woman?
Who?
Loki.
Loki.
Oh, no.
It's Loki's mom.
Loki's mom.
It's Loki's
It's Loki's mom.
And we're like,
Of
oh.
course it is. Of
Yeah,
course it
yeah.
is.
And we're just, Bora and I are just trying so hard not to laugh.
Of course it is.
I didn't even look at Loki. I don't know if she like gave us a side eye or something, but like, And then throughout the movie, she was not having a good time.
Oh my god.
She was just crying.
Yeah, from the first scene.
Yeah, from the very first scene when Clint's family dies. Like,
Yeah, to the
Just crying.
all the way to the end.
Yeah, when Tony Stark died. Oh my god, it was so bad. So, and poor girl.
It's like a silent theater. Just like,
How old was this girl?
she had to be in high school.
Yeah, maybe middle school. Old enough to not be crying that much.
Yes. Old enough where
Old
this
enough
shouldn't
to
be
be
an
like,
issue.
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
a tear or two. But
Yeah,
come on.
maybe. But the amount that she was crying, and like after we berated her in the
Yeah.
fucking
It was a
lobby,
tough day for her.
Yeah, she was having a rough time. Her mom almost broke some dude's nose for a seat.
So yeah, just to recap, she got made fun of. She found out her mom was a gangster. Clint's family's dead. Tony Stark's dead. Loki didn't come back. It's a bad day for this girl. It was really bad.
She's probably, like you said, she's probably still crying to this day.
To this
Probably
day.
is.
Hopefully she listens to the podcast.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, why'd you remind me?
Okay, so
We're sorry Tony's dead, little girl.
Yeah, we're sorry Loki's dead.
We're
too.
not sorry about your stupid costume. But
Also, your mom scares me.
yeah. Oh, that's right. No, we love your costume.
We love your costume.
Mom. It was a great...
Did you make it yourself?
Yeah, it's a great costume, Mom. Don't let anybody take your seat.
So guys, we've already fully recorded this episode, but it was 2 hours long, so we decided to split it in half.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So we're going to give it a quick little ending right here, but we're literally going to be back as soon as you click the next episode. We released both in the same day for you to make it a little easier for you. So, if you want to take a little break now, come back later. There's still hella spoilers in the other one. So, don't think you're scot-free yet.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Have the
this
real
has been J&J Connections. I'm Jeff,
I'm Jared.
I'm Pablo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Borja.
and y'all stay connected.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.